What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, I did a, I did a video on this other YouTuber. He does a lot of like reseller things. But anyways, this is the fake silver Walking Liberty silver dollar that he sold for 39.87. And I want to just do a follow-up video on it. Um, so I was like, all right, I wonder if Jay actually, did a follow-up video, maybe, bragging about it. And again, I do follow him. So here's a video he just made 6 hours ago. Today is the 22nd, so it's April 22nd. He just made this video 6 hours ago, and I was just skimming through his video. I'm like, I just he likes to tell his audience. I mean, he has almost 60,000 subscribers, and he gets a lot of views on his video. And again, this is classic like just stay in your lane. If you do not sell coins for a living, and he probably thinks it's a legit coin, right? Because someone gladly paid him um, $39.87 for it, plus $5.87 for shipping. And again, I'll zoom in on this coin. So you guys that follow me, most of you collect coins, right? Or bullion. We know this is absolutely bogus. This is the worst. This is actually a really bad fake. There's no silver in this whatsoever. And now here's the video of him like, kind of like bragging about it. So let me play this for you guys.
This is really sweet. I love selling stuff like this. I got this Walking Liberty silver coin sold for, I think, $33 on eBay. I got this actually off of a junk drawer lot on Mercari that I bought for $40, and I have been able to sell already 7 items from that lot. This is the 7th, plus I have 4 or 5 more listed. So we'll say my cost of goods on this is $3.
Okay, my cost of goods on this is $3. He said he sold it for 33.8, and I know here it says 39.87, so maybe he accepted best offer. But still, really, dude, like, have, let me ask let me ask you guys and let me know in the comments. Have you ever in your entire life, and if especially if you've been collecting Silver Eagles since they came out in 1986, and I was 10 years old, and silver back then was probably what, in 1986, 4 bucks. Let's take a look. Okay, so silver was like 5 bucks, right? That's in 1986. And I could have sworn when I was 10 years old going to the coin shop for my very first time with my grandfather. Um, I remember the coin shop owner showing me Morgan silver dollars, which I was like, yeah, those are cool. And they were cheap, like real cheap, because silver was only 5 bucks, right? So what was a Morgan silver dollar back then? It was still the most highly collectible coin, especially in 1986. And I remember one of the coins my grandfather spent like 40 bucks on because he knew what a Morgan silver dollar was. And I remember the coin shop owner saying, we got these new things the US Mint just came out with. And then they showed us, because I'm like, I call my grandfather Opa, right? So I was like, I like the big coins. So the coin shop owner is like, here's the big coin. And then I got to see the 1986 Silver Eagle for the very first time. But I'm pretty sure even back then, they were probably selling for close to 8, 9, 10 bucks, which is crazy, right? But again, guys, that's 1986. It's now 2025. Silver is like 32 bucks an ounce. But back then, it was like 5.5. So I'm assuming because it was something new, brand new, pretty sure the US Mint was charging at least 10, maybe 15 bucks for a brand new product, which obviously caught on because they still make them today. So, anyways, in the video, the reseller, Jerry Phillips, is basically saying his cost of goods was $3. Now, have you guys in the comments in your entire life, and most of you guys are older than me. I'm only 48, and I just got back into coin collecting, like 6 years ago, pretty strong, right? So I live and breathe it every day. I love it. I really enjoy it. Have any of you ever been able to, in your entire life, to be able to purchase an American Silver Eagle, which came out in 1986, for $3? That's actually real. No, there's no freaking way. Even back in 1986 when they first came out, silver was five and a half bucks. I'm pretty sure at the local coin shop, unless you bought like an entire case of it, you're probably paying 10, 15 bucks. And again, I could be completely wrong. I don't remember the price. I just know it probably wasn't very cheap. But I do know like he gave me like the Chicago Cubs, the very first night game, that was made by like some kind of local mint. I remember he grabbed me one of those, but that commemorative coin for the Chicago Cubs first night game, and again, it was a full 1 ounce of silver, probably was like 5, 6, 7, 8 bucks, maybe 10 bucks tops. And those old coins were wrapped in plastic holders that would melt and add all kinds of crap to the coin because of the chemicals in the plastic. It wasn't Mylar, which is a non-plasticized holder. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but come on, like dude, you got to know that you just sold this guy a fake coin. Okay, you gave him a deal for $33, which that sounds about right. So let's look again. He does like a snapshot here.
This Walking Liberty silver coin sold for, I think, $33 on eBay. I got this actually.
There. So he sold it 33.89. Walking Liberty silver dollar 2040 uncirculated. So that's what the buyer paid. So the buyer thinks they got a deal. And that would be a decent deal, right? I mean, today, let's be real. To get a silver Walking Liberty, not a, why do I keep saying Walking Liberty? It's an American Silver Eagle. Yes, that's an image of the Walking Liberty, but it's called American Silver Eagle. A 2014 Silver Eagle, um, a good deal on one is probably like 34 bucks, right? Plus paying for shipping. So this person that bought this definitely thinks they got a really good deal, right? And maybe they don't know any better, but I'm waiting to see what the feedback's going to be. So, um, and again, I'm not ripping on this J Ride Flips guy. I think he does a great job for the absolute junk that he goes and gets at these, Goodwills and thrift stores. The dude special like he'll grab anything that he for profit. But he says in this video he bought a junk drawer lot from Macari. So it wasn't like the Macari seller was, outright saying this is a real silver coin. It's basically like here's a junk drawer full of random items, which he said he paid $40 for 7 of the items, and this just happened to be one of the items in the junk drawer. So yeah, it's I would that's a mean junk, like you know. So someone that's selling this junk drawer obviously knew it wasn't a real silver dollar because unless you're born under a tree, um, you would know that the silver is worth at least 30 bucks, right? Or you would check the spot price of silver. So it wasn't like who he bought it from thought it was real because he only paid 40 bucks for 7 items like this. And I bet you that other item was in that lot too. And again, I did this on my prior video. Hold on. Let's just type in silver. That fake. Oh crap. Hold on. We gotta go to silver. Uh, where's oh, search? I bet you. Hold on, I'll find it. This. I bet you this item that was in the junk drawer because he doesn't sell stuff like this. He never sells coins. So of course, the first 2 coins that he sells, and maybe he has. Again, I'm not a stalker. I don't follow this guy 24/7. Again, I do watch other resellers to see what they resell to understand what ultimately people are buying, so that when I'm out there or if I have something lying around the house, maybe I can try and sell it. But when they go out of their lane and into stuff like this, that I'm pretty good at, and I follow a lot. I follow the big channels that you guys do too. Um, like, dude, the United States, even when they would never make their dies out of Play-Doh, because that's what this looks like. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure this was one of those items from the Macari lot. And again, based on the photos, he takes it on this, wood grain table. So that was in that junk drawer lot from Macari. That was in that junk drawer lot of Macari. He said he paid $40 for 7 items, so his cost is $3. He made a killing. He made 10x. Good for him. But what I don't understand is the person that bought this coin, and they closed on this one February 24th. I don't think they didn't leave him negative feedback on it. There's no refund on it. Okay. And then this guy here, he bought it April 15th. Maybe he hasn't gotten the coin yet, but what the sad part is that both of these buyers got duped by someone that lives in Utah, is an American seller. But dude, these are literally like the crapola that comes from Temu or Alibaba. This is the junk that floods our flea markets. And there are people at flea markets that think they scored huge. I got all these silver eagles and Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars and vintage coins, but somehow I got them from China or the Philippines or Indonesia. I got them for 2, $3, and then I create a booth at the flea market, and everything on that flea market table is fake. And I'm only there for one day, and I'm going to dupe as many people that walk by as possible. Because if you're older and you like to collect coins, but you're not really into it, but like they're pretty good value, you'll probably pay $30 because it kind of looks real. But all it takes is a magnet. Stick that bad boy in a magnet. You'll get that iron in there, or if it doesn't stick, it's probably made with copper or nickel. Most likely it's with iron, because let's get real here. That's the cheapest way to do it. But these foreign entities make these fake coins, and we have idiots here in the United States that buy it to trick people out of money. And then what happens? It ends up in somebody's junk drawer. Why is it in their junk drawer? Why didn't they throw it away? Well, maybe grandpa or grandma gave it to them because they bought it at the flea market initially, and or they were going to gift it to one of their grandchildren and they forgot about it and they passed away. It's in their junk drawer. And then some dude on Macari goes in a estate sale, buys a complete junk drawer, and sells all the crap in it. And then you got resellers like this guy who really buys like curling irons and electronics and games and toys. Thinks he got a smoking deal because he paid $40. Yeah, I'll throw $40 at this. I'll give it a shot. And now he has released this fake coin to the next victim. So, anyways, thank God for tariffs, man, because I hope that keeps this crap out of our country. So these flea market buyers, and again, there's nothing wrong with flea market buyers, but you know who I'm talking about, those scammer ones that buy fake stuff just to trick the masses. They're only in there for one day. You walk by their table, they got really good prices. Their stuff looks real, but it's all absolutely fake. Um, they're getting it straight from the source, which is some bogus factory in China where this stuff's made. And then it ends up here on our shores, and then it's the older folks get duped into it, the younger folks get duped into it. It ends up in a junk drawer, sold on Macari. Then it goes to this reseller who actually has who works really hard, right? He does list a lot of things. He does sell a lot of things. He sells way more than I do, but because he doesn't specialize in this, these both could have been easily authenticated by putting a magnet to it. I'm pretty sure he's got a magnet. He sells speakers. If you don't have a magnet, there's a magnet on the back of the speaker. If the coin sticks to the back of the speaker, dude, it's fake, right? So, anyways, just this video is basically just beware of who you're buying from. I know I've gotten in comments too, like people are like, I had really bad experience, and I get it. Like, yeah, if you buy stuff like this or you buy stuff like this, and you don't realize it until you actually get the chance to go to a coin shop where you're bringing your other collection, and that coin shop owner's like, dude, these are fake. I'm not giving you a penny for it. And your 30 days is up. You can't even return it to the old seller. You can't even report them to eBay. Like, what do you do? So, anyways, just be careful out there. But I knew he was going to do a video bragging about it, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like I do the same thing. Like, hey, I picked this up for 30. I sold it for 100. How did I get it for 30? Well, because the seller didn't know what they had, and it had it's a rare coin, and that seller probably doesn't want to take 2 coins to the local coin shop, or maybe the coin shop's hours away. Just dump it on eBay. Someone else selling Morgan Silver Dollar for $30. Well, if You don't find it, the next guy is going to find it and they're going to grab that deal. And remember the other one, the 1888 San Francisco Morgan, I picked up from a legit coin shop. They sell a lot of other Morgan silver dollars, but on this one in particular, they had it priced at 65. I got it for 68. It's a hundred. It's probably a $200 coin all day long. I sold it for 180. That buyer already left me positive feedback. You know, that's good because I know what I'm doing, and so does the buyer. But in the cases of stuff like this, someone got ripped off, and it's just it sucks. And you guys will have comments in the other video too. It is absolutely illegal. You're not allowed to sell fake coins on a U.S. soils on a U.S. owned platform like eBay. It's absolutely forbidden. It's fake, but I'm not the police. I think eBay should do a better job. They sure grinded me when I got back on eBay to sell coins. Dude, they took down so many of my listings because they're like, you have no authentication. They wanted proof of where I bought it from. Like, dude, I bought it from another seller on eBay. You're telling me my coin's fake? Okay, we'll let you list it then. Then I was just like, you know what? What can I do to protect myself and protect my buyer for a claim? That's why in my listings, I take photos of my coins. I show them being measured. I show them with the magnet next to it that's not sticking. I put that in the comments. I put that it weighs correctly. You know, Morgan silver dollar is supposed to weigh 26 point whatever 8 grams or something like that if you round it up. So I show the Morgan silver dollar on the scale. Um, you know, just and I even do it with my cheap ones. All right, I'm going off in a tangent. All right, I got this Morgan silver dollar, right? 18. I grabbed it for 30 bucks. I'm going to try and sell it for 46. And if I don't sell it for 46, I'll just go to my local coin shop. They'll give me 30 bucks or, you know, a couple bucks for it over what I paid. But here, I measure the coin. It's 1.5 inches or, you know, so I measure it. I put the magnet test next to it. I weigh it, 26.8. And for your safety in mind, per eBay reseller policy, I'm not making up these rules. This is what eBay wants you to follow. The coin has been authenticated by the following methods. It weighs on this jeweler scale. This is the diameter of it. I magnet test it. I don't source from, you know, garage sales, pawn shops, or estate sales, flea markets. I'm not buying my numismatic coins there. I'm buying them off of eBay. I'm buying them off my local coin shop. I do the ping test, you know, all that good stuff. And why do I do that? Because eBay gave me a hard time when I was first selling. But they didn't give this guy a hard time. It's his first 2 coins he's probably sold this year. And they didn't say, oh, you got to authenticate it or certify it. Dude, they're totally fake. Those buyers have no idea they just bought fake coins. So I'll leave it at that. Check out my video. I'm going to list it right here on how to protect yourself when buying Morgan silver dollars on eBay. And don't buy from people that normally don't sell coins, even if they've got good rep. Maybe ask them a question like, hey, before you buy that coin, especially if they list something like this, um, you know, especially if they put, does he have any more up? I hope. Yeah, so he sells watches and glasses and cameras. That's fine. Like, do that all day long. Maybe he shouldn't sell watches either because he definitely doesn't replace the battery. It just says needs battery. Dude, anyone can do that. What does that mean? So when you put the battery in and it doesn't work, then what? Then what? You know how much it costs to get a battery replaced at a battery place? It's like 20 bucks. So you're basically telling someone, here's a watch. I don't know if it works. I didn't even want to take the snapback off because that's too much work. God forbid I should put another 5 minutes of time in. God forbid I should buy some freaking batteries that cost like $2 at the most, or under a buck if you buy 100 of them. He bought all these watches. I mean, Anklein's a nice brand. Doesn't say it works, but you know, you can sell glasses, golf clubs, Apple things, shower heads, remotes, you know, whatever. But yeah, he's not selling any other coins. Yeah, American Silver Eagle or Walking Liberty Silver Dollar, which doesn't even make sense. And again, he labeled it this way because he copied another fake listing. And you don't believe me? And he's doing these really fast. Like he doesn't even spell it right. You can tell too when like someone is trying to slam listings as quickly as possible. Like look how mine is. 1885 Morgan Silver Dollar, every all the letters are in the right place, the capital letters, but he didn't even like put a space in between dollar and 2014. So I bet you if we do this, we're going to find another fakie. Go to lowest price. No, only 1% $30. Is this even real? They're not called Walking Liberty Dollars. Fabric Organics with zero feedback, which that's a good deal. So would I buy from someone like this from Tupelo, Mississippi? What other items do they have listed? They just started and they're putting their stuff on auction. 1 grain of American Gold. All right, well it's fine. I'm not going to slam on a brand new seller. But these are like their actual photos. And will these two? Yeah, look real. Let's look at the backs. Yeah, those are real. And it ends in 2 days, so there's 10 bids. Are these bidders know that they are real, and there come the coin capsules, and those are like $1 nowadays too. So if someone can score these for $80, it's probably a good deal, right? But the fake listings get taken down pretty quickly by eBay, but not this one, not this one. But yeah, look at the description. Denomination 50 cents. I thought you said it's a silver dollar. Is it a silver dollar 50-cent piece? Why'd you put denomination 50 cents? Why'd you put Liberty Walking as the coin? Wait, I thought it was Walking Liberty, but now it's Liberty Walking. Tomato, tomato. Uncirculated, the composition silver, certification uncertified. Country, region, manufacturer, United States. Why? Because they put that here, United States of America. No, the country of manufacturer is China. They're not going to say it on there though, but they're happy to put made in China everything else that's made in China. God forbid you buy something that doesn't have the made in China sticker, but not when you're faking our coins. When you're faking our coins illegally, because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to do this in China, but you paid off some government official, it's okay to make our coins end up in someone's junk drawer. This poor reseller finds it, thinks he got a good deal, got everything in the jewelry or the junk drawer lot for $40. He's got $3 invested in this. He sold it for 33. He made himself, $27 in profit on eBay after fees. And what did he list this under? What category? No, it doesn't really say. But obviously it's in the coin category. But he listed under 50 cents. It's not 50 cents. It's not anything. It's fake. So, anyways, I've been going off on a tangent for the last 8 minutes. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know in the comments. Does this piss you off? Does this make you upset as a buyer? Because good old American, born in the USA resellers are stepping out of their lane and they're selling coins. They have no idea that they're fake. And I'm not going to be the one to tell them. I'll let the buyer tell him that they're fake. Let him get negative feedback. Let him do the refund. Let him give the full refund on it. But you know what's going to happen? The buyer's not going to find out until later. That's just what's going to happen. And this guy is shown on his video. Look at this. I got this for $3. I sold it for 33. I'm awesome. Do what I do. Please don't do what he does. Don't buy fake stuff and sell it as real. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm getting upset.